Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. It's emerged the former Morrison government came close to announcing a $250 million infrastructure spend to create a container terminal at Newcastle port, but pulled the plug at the last minute. Nationals leader Barnaby Joyce says the announcement was shelved because it might be seen as giving money to the port's Chinese owners. The money was apparently already allocated to construct stage 1 of the terminal. It's hoped Labor's win at the weekend will mean funding will soon return to the Hunter's GP Access after-hours service. The Mater Clinic was closed and the hours of other clinics slashed on Christmas Eve, but the Hunter GP Association has campaigned with Labor candidates to reverse the decision. If Labor hands down its own second budget this year, the funding change is likely to be included there. Association Chair Dr Fiona Van Leeuwen says the Hunter deserves to see the details of the government's health policy.
A lot of the rhetoric that we hear in election campaigns seems to be very generalised. I think what is really important to us on the ground here is how that looks, how that can be implemented, what it really means. Will we have more GPs for people to see? Will there be more practice nurses that are funded? Will primary healthcare be more affordable and more accessible?
After years of lying idle and causing an environmental headache, work could start soon on the clean-up of the former Shortland tip. The Astor Street tip operated between 1974 and 1995, but potentially toxic refuse is posing a threat to the internationally important Shortland wetlands. Newcastle councillors will tonight consider a multi-million-dollar tender to remediate the 37-hectare site to protect the surrounding environment and waterways. Police and fire crews have been involved in a rather unusual rescue near the Greyhound track at Birmingham Gardens early today. Two men were kayaking in the wetlands about a kilometre from Sandgate Road just before 3 a.m. when the boat sank in waist-deep water. One of them called for help on his mobile phone, and rescuers found them at about 4:30 and walked the pair to safety. They were treated for hypothermia by paramedics, but otherwise are okay. Motorists are likely to face changed conditions and lower speed limits in Hamilton this week as crews install a new red light speed camera at the intersection of Donald and Beaumont Streets. It's likely traffic will also be diverted on some occasions and the configuration of the lanes also adjusted. David Bancroft from Transport for New South Wales says it's hoped the impact will be minimal, but motorists should add extra time to their trip.
Work will be carried out over 8 night and 5-day shifts from Tuesday 24 May to Monday 31 May, weather permitting. Motorists are advised to drive to the conditions and follow the directions and signs of traffic control.
There's a major shutdown on the Hunter Valley Rail network this week as crews conduct maintenance works from Newcastle to Ulan and Narrabri. Bus services will replace some passenger services, while freight operations will be stopped completely until Friday morning.
2NURFM Sport.
Newcastle Jets frontman Becca Minkle-Tadze has capped off his stellar debut season in the A-League, with the 24-year-old being recalled to the Georgia national team. The Player of the Year recipient was the Jets' top goalscorer this season and is set to represent his country in the Nations League group stage for the first time since November 2020. Meanwhile, fresh from inking a new one-year deal to coach the club for next season, Jets A-League women's coach Ash Wilson says she will be targeting new players for next season. The Jets will be looking to continue their climb up the ladder next season and will consider bringing in more overseas talent to strengthen their squad. The Knights are said to be considering making a play for Firebrand forward Jack Hetherington after he was given permission by the Bulldogs to negotiate with rival clubs. Hetherington is seen to have undeniable quality, but the 25-year-old has struggled with on-field indiscretions, being suspended for a combined 15 weeks in his 43-game NRL career. And Cooks Hill product Asher Turner Funk has taken a step closer to a potential call-up to the AFLW, with the 18-year-old receiving an invite to the 2022 Draft Combine. That's sport. I'm James Paris.
And the winning numbers in Monday Lotto are 4, 12, 19, 21, 24 and 36, and the supplementaries are 8 and 37. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.